It's always noticeable when a manufacturer tests its own caravans, and the Goldstream RV 16-foot 6-inch FKST Panther series is the product of red track touring and nights camped under starry skies. Available in on and off-road variants, this pop-top has been completely decked out, putting it at the upper end of the pop-top price scale. In fact, it's all the fruit you see here that gives it its Panther series designation. The first thing you'll notice about the interior is the smart Tasmanian oak cabinetry and sensible layout. The next is the good joinery, and the closer you look, the more apparent it becomes that the Goldstream folks put some effort into improving the strength of the cabinetry in line with the pop-top's off-road potential. The locker doors open on gas struts and piano hinges, so they're unlikely to shake loose halfway along the Tanami track. They've also used 12mm ply for the tops of the lockers, rather than the standard 3mm ply, adding to the rig's overall structural rigidity. In order to establish if a van would fulfil its duty, you've got to slither underneath. Among its off-road features, the Goldstream gets 2.5-tonne Cruisemaster independent suspension and a laminated galvanised floor, and stone protection for all components. In this respect, it's hard to deny this rig's off-road credibility. It's a very self-contained pop-top with two 105 amp hour AGM batteries linked to a sophisticated Red Arc battery management system which, when it comes to your 12-volt needs, will do all of the thinking for you. While you wouldn't take the base model FKST down the Gibb River Road, with all the Panther series paraphernalia on board, this pop-top would eat up the worst the Kimberley could throw at it. And you won't be lacking for comforts either.
One of the neat little features in this van is the fact that the electrical controls are all in the one place in this locker. Two 40-volt circuit breaker, 12-volt switches, hot water switch, battery charger controller, and even the 12-volt fuses, which are all neatly labelled so you know which circuit is which if there's a problem.
Goldstream have done something really clever with this van. They've moved the aircon down here instead of in a position which normally sits up here and takes up a load of space. So what it's done is just created this massive amount of handy bench space. In fact, it's got more bench space than vans that are a lot longer.
So often in caravans, you see the microwave mounted really high in the cabin. And the problem with that is, of course, that you risk scalding yourself on hot items. There's no risk of that in the Goldstream. It's got a really nice low position.
So there's plenty of storage space under the bed, but if you look closely, you'll notice that the space here has been compromised somewhat because of the rear cutaway design. This really is an off-road capable van. Features like the Highland coupling, the 2.5-tonne Cruisemaster suspension, and even this stone guard here instill faith that you'll fall apart long before this van does.
One of the benefits of this Goldstream Panther Caravan, at least as far as the off-roader is concerned, is its relatively short length. It's only 5.3 metres long. That, along with a cutaway in the rear, makes it ideal for crossing any sort of undulating terrain.
The Goldstream by far is the most off-road ready of all the vans we've got on test here. As you can see, it's got the cutaway back, light truck radials, Cruisemaster suspension, and a good bit of checker plate on the side here for extra protection.
If you're going to head down bush tracks with a Caravan, you really don't want it to get caught up. With the Goldstream, it's got very good ground clearance and an excellent departure angle too, so that's unlikely to happen.
But even the base model would do you proud as you got about Australia, lapping up this magnificent country, its sights, sounds and scenery.